I am Feel It.
And I am Fix It. And we talk about life
And stuff and things,
with the occasional rant.
which you will have no problem doing.
Hello. Good morning. Good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. We hope you're having a good one.
Yes. Absolutely.
Is the tail end of a long, hot week.
Mm-hmm.
A tail end of a busy day.
Yeah, well, ish. I mean,
Ish.
yeah, ish.
Yeah. Ish.
I expected we'd end up doing this tomorrow because you didn't seem to want to wake up.
Yeah, I was tired.
Yeah?
Woke up at 4:30 yesterday. Which is,
that's not my fault.
you know, at this point, 29 hours ago?
Mm-hmm. And
Well,
you slept for 3 hours, so...
I did.
I didn't say I cared if we didn't do this.
No, but, there's that. And that was
I mean, I'm not feeling so great myself.
my
so...
first 6-day week in a while.
Mm-hmm. You haven't had many of those.
Nope. I've not been working the same kind of overtime just because it hasn't worked out that way. And my daughter, who's been working as summer help where I work, I had her supervisor come through and comment on her. Again, I mean, he literally drove up on the high-low, stopped, and I'm like, "What's up?" I mean, like, your daughter, man, she is mean to you. I'm like, okay, like, well, I mean, because she jokingly comes by and she'll like punch me in the kidneys and then give you a stink eye and little like watching you, and I'm like, it's like, but dude, and you start giving her crap and she just lays into you with these freaking zingers. I'm like, yeah, that is my girl. It's like, she's.
Maybe we shouldn't have laughed at her so much when she was growing up. I don't know.
Are you kidding?
I don't know where
she
we
can
went
handle
wrong.
herself just fine.
I think so.
And he was just laughing. He's like, dude, she is a trip. She's a lot of fun to play with. Yeah, and she can hold her own. So
She can.
There's that.
She can.
Yep.
She's very quick-witted. Holy crap.
Yes, she is. She is no slouch in that regard.
Nope.
And at the same time, she's a dang good worker. It's like they're all like, yeah, it was like this is what you need to do. Okay, and she just like, that's it. Like, no, that's what you want me to do. Okay, that's what I'll do. I'll let you know if there's a problem. They're admittedly, over the years, what people are used to is like, yeah, they're not used to people just, oh, that's the job. Okay, let me do it. And there always seems to be some pushback, or, well, man, you want me to do that for how long? She just walks in and go, oh, okay. Let me know when you want me to do something different. And she goes and does her dang job. I'm proud.
Yeah.
I'm also proud of the fact that she has consistently said that, yeah, I'm okay with doing this. I don't want to do this.
Not forever.
Nope, that's nothing wrong with that, kid. Every job has people that it is very geared for. Or there are people geared towards certain professions. And there's nothing wrong with finding your niche and getting good at it. There's, I don't know, I've always tried to tell them, it's like, you need to be able to pay your bills.
Mm-hmm.
And the job that you do, you don't always have to like, but you have to not hate. Because that'll take more out of you than you're getting out of it. But if you can, like, I don't like it, but I can do it. I'm good at it, and it pays the bills while I'm doing, working towards something else. Okay, that's fine. Some people, they're always looking for that thing that perfect job that never feels like work. I'm like, you think that exists? That doesn't exist.
I mean, my job doesn't feel like a job, but I am well aware that it is my livelihood.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's, people say that you find something that you love to do, and then figure out how to get paid for it, and then you'll never work a day after that. And like, you know what? Not the way I'm wired. That's not how my brain works. The second I have to do it when I don't want to is the last day that I enjoy doing that thing. Because it shifts from being that thing that I get to do to being that thing that I have to do, and I never get the get to do back. Or at least I haven't yet. But I've accepted that about me. I'm okay with that. I understand that. So the things that I really enjoy doing, I don't try to monetize.
At least not in a rely on it kind of way.
Yeah. I mean, it's one thing, same daughter, she's really into, when she has the time and the motivation, she's really into artistic pursuits. She's even sold, I know she sold one.
Yep.
She's had people offer to buy other stuff, but she's very unconfident in her abilities. And we keep telling her if people are offering, it's good enough.
Absolutely.
But
absolutely.
That being said,
she's very talented.
That being said, I did want to tell you something that I thought you would enjoy.
Oh, on audio. Okay.
On audio, yes, on audio, because you've brought it up before on audio.
Okay.
During our little recording sessions.
Okay.
You've mentioned it a while back. And it's come up in conversation. My coworker, whose wife got sick and passed very quickly, and you've mentioned the quote that I had.
Yeah.
That I put on their Facebook, that they put on a slideshow at the funeral.
I have a photo of it somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they put the shortened version on the screen. The long version was, it's like, I've never met her. But I learned everything I needed to know about her by the way his eyes lit up when he talked about her. They were more than friends. It's like they were. He was completely infatuated with her, which, it's sometimes very easy to get lost.
I recall a lot during the funeral of the partnership being discussed with the people that talked.
They were a very good pair.
Yes.
They were a very good pair. And they spread the love. They extended their family to anybody that came through their doors. From every story I've ever heard. Like, their kids' friends and their friends' friends. They showed up at their house. You're now part of the family. We're going to take care of you. But The Apprentice, he wanted to get some hours in because, he's got a wedding he's paying for and other stuff. And he had some projects he needed to do, and I was there. So he was like, yeah, I'm free this weekend. You mind if I come in? I'm like, yeah, no, by all means, come in. And we were kind of, between stuff, we were kind of just shooting the breeze with our daughter. And we were just having a conversation about stuff. Relationships come up a lot, because he's getting married, and, there's that transition from
bachelor.
That phase of life to another phase of life. And my thing is like, well, we've been living together. It won't be that big of a change. And it's like, I tell him, like, dude, everybody I've ever heard said that has regretted saying that. Not necessarily, and I'm not saying that is a bad thing. I'm just telling you, it's like, there is a huge difference when you step through the door. Things change that you don't think. The dynamic of the relationship has a fundamental shift.
It will.
As it should. And he recounted some conversations he had with other people, and they were just effectively just kind of being hard on being married. And I'd like, I told him, I'm try to be as very open and honest as possible. It's like, yeah, there are days where it's tough. Things go sideways. Health concerns pop up, bills that you didn't know. It's like income suddenly disappears, the house freaking burns down, your kids get sick. There's all kinds of that stuff that there are days where you don't like your partner so much. It's a part of life. You're in a relationship with another human being. Sometimes things just happen. But the point is, it doesn't matter. You're going to be there anyway. We're going to figure this out together.
Okay.
You know, it's like when you're having those rough, you're having those rough days, you figure it out. You try and refocus.
That's the goal.
Yeah, well, and
if you can't figure it out, you can at least not figure it out together.
Exactly. And it's always, you need to get sometimes you need to become a little dispassionate, turn the emotions down a little bit, and then refocus. It's like, okay, this is a problem, but it's not, the problem isn't me versus you. The problem is you and me versus the problem. How do we figure this out? Even if it's something between us, we have to figure out that's the problem. That whatever it happens to be, that argument, that disagreement, that differing viewpoint, that clash of personalities, that error, whatever it is, that's the problem. It's not you're the problem. It's not I'm the problem. It's we have to figure out this problem.
Okay.
Okay. Anyway, little. So I have that.
I thought you'd bring it back around.
I've had that kind of conversation with him on a number of occasions, and he kind of he was like, okay, you know what? It's like I can tell that the one supervisor he loves his wife, and like I know this supervisor, it's like they at least get along, and you obviously love your wife. Aww. I think maybe he's just a miserable guy, this other guy, and I'm like, I have to make sure I tell my wife about that. It's obvious.
Somebody knew by the way you talked that it was obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Aww.
Well, and
thanks.
Again, I tend to be a little overly honest sometimes if I know you, and I tell them like, yeah, sometimes little things get on my nerves. But that's not a you thing. That's a me thing, being overly sensitive about stuff. Yeah, he's like, they know you're going for surgery soon. Then I'm taking time off to make sure I can take care of you for a couple of days.
Tuesday.
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
In a couple days.
Yep, in a couple of days. But, like, okay, cool, all right. I'm like, even when I'm frustrated, you understand. I do love my wife very much. Cool, because I've never said to him, I love my wife. I've never said that. Nor
I'm sure if you said, like, she frustrates the crap out of me. I'm not sure what she's doing right now.
She's finding a comfy spot.
She's trying to knead the rug.
You're a nester. You're trying to get a fluffy spot, right? Right. Okay. The dog's with us, by the way. Just because that's got to sound weird. Without context, some things just sound very strange.
She stares at you.
Yeah, she does that. Don't you? Yeah.
She's a good girl.
She is. In her little pink t-shirt.
She's recovering well. We have figured out she likely has, I don't want to say like bad reaction necessarily, but some adverse symptoms with prednisone. So that's been the only hiccup. Otherwise, she's doing very well. But anyway, thank you for that. That's very sweet.
I thought you would, like, despite any reports to the contrary, people can tell that I care about you greatly.
Oh, even your coworkers.
Yep. Well, and especially in the maintenance crews. Like, I spend more time with those guys than anybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And, Well, and I think they've talked about having kids in the near future because they're both in their 30s. And like the longer you wait, the harder it gets, and I mean that not.
Yeah.
I think as a parent,
Yeah.
the harder it gets, simply because you're not young enough to do this crap anymore. You're getting older and you're getting tired. And you don't have the energy reserves, and the lack of sleep is much more telling as you get older.
That's true.
I'm not saying have them like stupid young, like some people we know, but you're in your 20s, your mid 20s, great time. It's a great time. Get yourself get a reasonably established life. Don't get all your ducks in a row, because if you wait till everything's perfect to have a kid, you'll never have a kid.
Nope, never.
If you wait till you're perfectly ready to get married, you're never going to get married.
Agreed.
Just sometimes you got to take the leap and then figure it out as you go. Like most things of value in this world. So you can read about swimming, but until you get in the water, you don't really learn how to swim. Just saying.
My brain's a little tired.
Didn't
I
get that
just
one?
took medicine before we started this. Some migraine medicine. Some special Tylenol or whatever the crap it was.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor. And it's been a long day. Truth be told, it's
A little bit.
It's later at night.
Did some running around.
A little late at night for us. So my brain was just trying to capture some kind of shark analogy from that, but
What?
I just couldn't do it.
Shark analogy?
You said water, and
Yeah.
I'm thinking children and little bloodsuckers, little life suckers.
Yeah. No.
I couldn't bring it around. Sorry.
Well, no. You're good.
So we've done some fun things. Oh, by the way, we couldn't figure out a topic, so we're just talking.
We're kind of winging it a little bit.
We're talking.
Yep.
Might lead somewhere. Who knows?
Yep. Well, we find something that throughout the week we see things. Sometimes it's posts on social media. Sometimes it's conversations with other people. Sometimes it's a book we read or a movie or something. And it kind of sticks with us. And we decide to chew on that for a while. And sometimes just nothing sticks. So nothing just jumps out.
Not really.
Or the stuff that is really preoccupying my brain is just not a topic of conversation we're going to hop into on this. We try to stay as apolitical as possible. So, it's... yeah.
We binge watched some things last weekend after we had recorded.
Yes.
New Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Wednesday 2. The first half, what's been released. Happy Gilmore 2.
Yes.
I wasn't sure what to make of that. Having been a fan of the original years ago when I was young and immature and all the things.
Yeah. Okay, well, and let's be honest, as much of a big success as that movie was, because it was kind of huge.
It was ridiculous.
Culturally huge.
For the time, yes.
If you sit back and watch it now, it's kind of silly, a little weird. Not like...
I like how they combined the first one, though.
Yes.
Those concepts, and that was good.
And somebody kind of pointed out that it's like, they didn't bring in any sexist jokes or stereotypical stuff or any of that. They played it, and they even poked fun at some of the more sexist things that were in the original movie.
Yeah.
They kind of poked fun at it. It was like, you know what? That's not me anymore. And I was like, you know what? It's like, it actually showed some personal growth.
Yes. Because, 30 years later and a dad.
Yeah. Yeah. And there were just certain things about it that were, again, it's like if you're watching it through the lens of nostalgia, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
If you watch it critically, you kind of have a bad time.
Comical enough.
Yeah. It was
great tie-ins for different
It was
things.
funny. It had some good throwback
Original
stuff to it.
people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there were certain parts of it that overall it was an entertaining. If you're a fan of the original and you just want to have a turn your brain off.
And it's not, raunchy and all that. Like,
No.
it is not like the original. In that way. It has a couple elements, but it's nowhere near. It's not that bad.
No. It's, again, if you're looking for cinema, highbrow humor, that's not going to happen.
No.
But,
and then there was last night, which
Mhm.
there's a part of me that just thought, oh my gosh, this got so old. I would have rather watched an edited version. But nobody to, which is why you got up early.
Yep.
So that we could go on a date.
Yeah, we hit the Costco, not a sponsor, and
And I gotta say though, it dawned on me like a Friday night opening weekend for a movie, and there was like what 7, 8 other people in the theater with us.
yeah, sounds about right. I didn't count, but yeah, it was a mostly empty theater.
And it wasn't a late show. I mean, it was 8 p.m. There was later showings.
Mm-hmm.
So, wow. Because
Yeah.
you remember when an opening weekend, it would have been hard to get into a theater?
Well, I kind of nobody to. It was good.
It wasn't terrible.
For what it is. It's a.
There is the
It's
the element of the ridiculousness of
Yeah.
the first one. You're not going to recapture for the second one.
No, you kind of lightning in a bottle with the first one, but they did a pretty decent job. But there's got to be escalation, otherwise, what's the point? And they kind of escalated in weird ways.
Original cast.
Yep, not necessarily bad ways, but just different. But you kind of know what to expect.
Oh yeah,
It's like
it was
you're
a
not-
copy paste.
Yeah.
But it was. I mean, it wasn't terrible.
No, it wasn't bad at all.
Would I
I enjoyed it.
spent more money than I did? No, it was hard enough to spend what we
Yeah.
spent.
See, for me, it's just going
at
to
the brand new renovated theater that wanted to double their prices.
Yeah, the recliners and heated seats and all that. If
Blah
you,
blah blah.
Yeah, which cool. All right, that's cool for the experience. But for me, I like to see could have seen that at home. Could have waited for streaming. Could have waited a month to stream it.
Yeah, because sadly that's what it is now.
Because that's what it is, and that's and everybody's like, well, it's in the theater. In a month, I'm just gonna stream it on whatever.
Some things it's just nice for that theater experience.
I kind of like the big action adventure thing or the big visual spectacle kind of stuff.
What did we see recently? It was an ad for Mortal Kombat. A new Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, Mortal Kombat 2. Yes.
You said that could be good.
That could be again, it's like the big spectacle and the huge sound and the giant screen. That could be kind of entertaining. Like the first Transformers movie or Star Wars Episode 1 on a big screen. It was something else. Seen them both multiple times since then, and we set up had a 10-foot screen set up in the basement up north. So rewatching those scenes on a fairly big screen, it was still pretty cool. But there's a lot. If it's a really story-driven kind of movie, do you need the gigantic screen and the $13 bucket of popcorn?
No.
See, now that you have other options, I don't see the point as much. There's something about getting out and doing stuff, but you can make a batch of popcorn, the entire batch of popcorn, for less than $1. So why does the popcorn cost? You get a drink and a popcorn is $25.
I don't know the last time
it's like
we made homemade popcorn, but yeah,
it's been a while.
I hear
We
you.
don't
I hear
we don't
you.
need to. Now, I mean, I get we kind of did it as a just us getting out kind of thing, which was nice, and that's one of the reasons why you're paying for it.
With our daughter's bucket, so we did not pay for popcorn.
Nope. Nope. But that bucket did get paid for. But yeah. But I don't know.
It is nice to get out. Don't get me wrong.
It is.
That's not really something we do much of.
No.
And I don't care for it. It is
We
sad
used
to pay that kind of money. Oh my gosh.
We used to
when we were dating.
Yeah. Well, we used to go to the movies.
We did
fairly often. But then kids showed up.
Taco Bell.
Yeah, go hit a movie, Taco Bell, maybe the Chinese place in the
Grand Traverse Mall.
Yeah, it was Grand Traverse Mall. They don't even have a theater in that mall anymore.
Very long time ago.
Very long time ago.
Which, yes, I've heard they do not have the theater.
Nope.
And I doubt they have the same Chinese place. Though that would be nice.
They did the last time I was in there.
No kidding.
Now, same owners? I don't know. No clue.
That sesame chicken was amazing.
It was pretty good, yes. That was their signature dish.
Yeah. It's just not the same experience. It's not the same outing. I mean, when you're spending $50 easily for two people just to go see a movie.
Yeah, you got to work
for... It's going to be out streamable in a month.
Yep. And that's that right there.
Maybe two.
There was still a draw to the theater when you knew it was going to be a minimum of a month after it left the theater before you could rent it. Sometimes it was 6 weeks. And I kind of ran a video store. So it's like you were watching, it's like, okay, that's going to, you make lists.
That video store back when that was a thing.
Yeah, back in the day. When VHS tapes. We had, we know what was in the theater and make lists, what was doing well, what didn't do well. And then we'd make, like a couple weeks after, we'd call up the distributors and pre-order movies so that we could get them. It was annoying. You could pay an extra, like 50% premium to get them a week before the other guys.
Yeah, that's how that works.
But it wasn't enough time to recoup. Yeah, if you rented it out every day, you might break even on that extra little benefit. If you rented them out every day, you would get your money back, but wasn't. Yeah, it was kind of dumb. But nowadays, they're doing dual releases and wondering why their box office numbers are crap. Like, you released it at streaming for, it was like, okay, a ticket for two people to watch a movie, $40, give or take. Then snacks, you get, again, $25, $30 for, 2 drinks and a bucket of popcorn. Or you sit at home, you pay $20, you have your unlimited snacks from your fridge, and you can have your whole family sit. It's like there's 4 of us and the dog watching the movie, and it costs us $20. Like, gee, let me think. Which one are you going to do? It's like, you want box office numbers? You can't be streaming it the same day.
No, that would make sense. I don't just sit and watch movies like I used to. I mean, I've had my spouts of binging and all that, but
it'll be some more next week, I think.
We'll see. Probably sleep more than anything.
Yeah, which.
But too interesting you say that. So, to that point, I was kind of looking through different platforms. What's this? What's that? Haven't been on here in forever. Haven't cared. And yeah, I added some things to the watch list, but truly, I don't just sit and do nothing well as it is. And I have a hard time with some of the woke crap, some of the agenda crap.
Mm-hmm.
I
mean, there's always
just
been
ridiculously over the top sexual, profane.
What's funny is they try to mix all of that together, and it's like you're really like super missing the point of any of that.
So you wonder why I turn on. You said something to me last week about watching more, what seemed to you to be more spooky season already.
It's been on nonstop. The paranormal.
I don't know if you know that Roku has nonstop channels of various spooky.
I am very well aware. They have multiple channels of it all the time. I am very well aware.
And then when Ozzy Osbourne passed away, there was extra special channels of everything with him and or his son Jack, which is Portals to Hell, which has been on all day.
Yep. And
because
the only thing is,
I know what's on it.
I have negative desire to watch any of that.
I know.
I don't even want to be in the room while it's on.
We know.
It's like I have no interest in it whatsoever.
Our oldest and I will watch it.
Yeah,
and we will turn it off when you come in. And it was on because you were sleeping.
Which, whatever, doggy. Yeah, I have no interest. So.
And now I'm going to jab you that when you got your haircut today, go ahead, say out loud what the woman was wearing.
She had ghosts all over. Ghost stuff.
It was a ghost shirt.
Yeah.
It was a very cute shirt with like those, like
little
blanket
cartoon
ghosts on it. Like Charlie Brown blanket ghosts. Very cute.
It was It's like pig pens without the dust cloud.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Well, Charlie Brown cut 2 holes and had 50.
Oh my gosh.
If you're familiar with that, that was part of the joke.
Okay, regardless. And then what erupted? A conversation about how it's already spooky season. Mm-hmm. And it is August.
Yep. Well, and part of that conversation was there's already Christmas crap out at some stores.
Yeah.
Like, I am so tired of all of that crap.
So
30 days. I think every holiday, 30 days. 30 days before the date you can start. Otherwise, just leave me the heck alone.
Well, there's also what sparked in all this jumble of conversation was asking our daughters what they thought of buying Halloween candy because it was already out.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, hey, what do you guys think? Last year was kind of a bust-ish. I had quite a bit of candy left. And we didn't have that many people. We really didn't.
Which is weird.
Oddly.
I
was told it was usually much more.
It's a subdivision of sorts.
It wasn't
with an apartment
bad weather.
building right next door to us, kind of, like just down the road.
It wasn't bad weather.
No. It was that was weird.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
And they agreed that it's not that big of a deal and we can just turn the lights off. So I guess we will.
Sure.
And it's on a Friday, so I imagine there's going to be a lot more community stuff on the same day. And
entirely possible.
And trick-or-treating on that day.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. Kind of sad-ish. I've already told the story. I've told the story of why. It's funny to talk about spooky season, but I don't think of it that way. I just like it. And not
your mom was really
one of those shows.
Yeah,
she would be insane.
Your mom
with the
was
amount of options to watch now.
Yeah.
It would be insane.
Yep. If it was at all possible, your dad would be in his room more.
They had separate rooms that they sat in and watched their shows.
He had his den.
And I will say this, speaking of my mother, I have one more day left that I'm going to work. That's Monday, right?
Mm-hmm.
Today is Saturday. Just to clarify that.
Mm-hmm.
Surgery's Tuesday. I will only have a few more clients on Monday. So far, of all my clients, I've had one. And I have a feeling I have at least one more that will ask to pray for me. But I've had one ask to pray for me in my presence. And it was very kind and very special as she mentioned my mother And the way that she brought it up was, praying for the strength of those in the cloud of witness that I will be fine. And I don't remember entirely what the wording was, but bringing out my mother was very kind.
Mm-hmm.
Because as she was a client that was coming in to discuss the grief of her brother, I disclosed that I had lost my mother and father. So I can't appreciate
Mm-hmm.
death of a close loved one. And, that was just very, very kind of her.
Yeah. Yes, it was.
But I do have a feeling I'll have at least one more that will ask to pray for me. And I'm fine with it. I'm okay with that. It doesn't bother me. And not every single client knows. The ones that have directly asked, I told. And there was a few, I just said it anyway, so that there wasn't a assumption or, how do I want to put this? It was just okay to just disclose it. And probably just easier and better to just disclose it.
Sure.
Whether or not they acted like they wanted to ask and just seemed like they were trepidatious with it. Some people are odd about it.
Yeah.
Because I had to make no secret, I will not be available. This isn't a vacation. I will not be available. Flat out. Very, very few that I could speak with in an absolute emergency, and they know that, and they won't abuse that. So I will be sitting on my butt, and I hate it. I hate it. Tried out my pillows today. I bought the inclined pillows this time. I just did it. It's better than trying to prop myself up with pillows and blankets, and it was always just a mess. So I just spent the money on the wedges, and they're actually very comfortable.
Cool. Glad to hear that.
Don't know what the heck we're going to do with them afterwards, but they're very comfortable.
Use them. Find a reason. Find a purpose. The one will make a good ramp for dog zoomies.
Dogs.
Get some real air as she's doing laps around the house.
She'll get her stitches out Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I don't know what kind of a walk she'll be up for or what the weather will be like, but the last opportunity that I would have to walk her for a while will be Monday. So, we'll see how that lines up. But I do anticipate a lot of rest, and I don't know. Reading will not necessarily be a thing, especially the first week. Concentration will just be non-existent. So it would certainly be zoning out on stuff.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. That wasn't my life even when I was home. Just sit and watch TV all day. I was in school. I was in school forever.
Mm-hmm.
Taking care of the kids, running around, working part-time jobs. I'm a little used to that rhythm now. I worked up to full-time, and I'm very blessed to be able to do that within a year of starting. Not only was I bold enough to try private practice right out of the gate, but I was also able to work full-time, paying clients full-time within a year, because I just passed my anniversary. My lease technically started August 1st of last year.
Cool.
So.
Yeah.
Yep.
And this room is bigger than your office.
It is.
By a comfortable margin.
There is discussion of potentially getting a bigger office. That availability is specifically it's unknown at this time, but we'll see. It's kind of an odd situation, and
yeah, well,
I said I was willing to do that, and it will be different to have windows, and I'll have to buy curtains, and
and not have the roof drain going through the wall in your room.
No, we're not going to talk like that because it's fixed and it's fine.
Yeah, it was just.
But it was a situation.
I don't know what you're talking about. We don't know where that water's coming from. Well, there's got to be a pipe. I mean, what?
It's fixed.
It's
been
fixed.
fixed.
It's fixed.
It's been fixed.
It was just fun. I mean,
That
let's
was
be,
like within my first 2 months, though.
It
That
was-
was pretty
it was-
ridiculous.
It was. It was funny. I mean, looking back, it was kind of funny. It was like, what do you mean? Okay, fine, whatever. But
I don't know how big that. I have an 8x10 now. I don't know how big that one is. 8 by something. I would say probably double.
yeah, it's much larger.
It's probably double.
Yeah, you'll
I
actually.
believe it's still also 8 foot.
like, well, how
No,
they-
it's got to be more than 8
It's
foot.
got to be more than 8 foot. Because, yeah. Like right now, you're sitting in your chair and they're sitting on the little sofa and your knees basically touch.
No, that's not true.
Oh, it could be.
Depending on where they're at on the couch, maybe our feet might.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of people lounge. A lot of people, I welcome them, because I spray it. I Lysol it between clients.
Yeah.
So, like, I welcome them, take off your shoes,
Be comfy.
Get comfy. Yeah.
Get comfy, relax. I mean, with, you're trying to lower barriers and establish a comfortable relationship so they can open up and be honest, and so you can help them figure out stuff.
Most people are perfectly fine with it.
Yep.
I don't know when that will happen.
No, and
I anticipate it to be before I'm physically able to actually do it. So there's a lot of detail there, and that's a later thing.
yeah, well,
Considering that was just a conversation I had a few days ago.
yeah. Well, I'm here.
Yesterday.
I'm here.
My
to
gosh,
move.
a few days ago. It was yesterday.
I'm here to move heavy stuff. That's what I do. As our daughter was. Okay, the apprentice that I'm working with, he's mid 30s. Oh no, early 30s. And he is 315 pounds and 6 foot something.
Wow.
He's a bulky guy. All right.
Wow.
And it's mostly muscle. And when our daughter started working there, I had her come over. It's like, okay, I just need you to stand next to him. And she's like, why? Just do it. Like, okay, this is funny. It's like, what? The contrast. Like, our daughter, she's a string bean. Okay, she's,
She's got a little muscle. She's got a little definition now.
yeah, she's still like she's little. Okay, she's physically small. She's not like unhealthily small, but she's a very slender young lady, and she's 5'4" or something like that. And again, he's like 6'3" and 300 pounds, and she's 5'4" and like 115. The contrast was comical.
I'm sure.
It's like, okay, this is funny. All right. But she was chatting with him, and she's like, she kind of cracked the joke. It's like, yeah, when I need to move stuff, I have him pointing at me. And like, yeah, that is kind of the dude's job sometimes.
Well, I mean, I'll be as helpful as I can, and I normally am. Thank you very much.
I'm not saying that you
And
don't.
I have
but
expressed very clearly, and I will do it again now, so you can record it and play it back for yourself, that I don't care for the idea of having to recover and start all over again.
Nope.
I hate it.
Again,
I hate it.
And that's,
Oh my gosh, I've done this so many times now.
yes, so, few too many. But apparently one more is necessary, so here we are.
Ugh.
Yep.
But it will be the last. I'm speaking that now. It will be.
Okay.
It will be the last.
I'll be on board with that.
For working out is difficult.
Yes.
Building up again. For just not being able to function around the house. Not helpful. Practical things you don't even think about until you've actually had to do it. And now this will be my third time, specifically with abdominal incisions.
Mm-hmm.
So after the ablation, that was different.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually shorter, really, in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
But different. I mean, I was still on restrictions for a bit, but
Yeah. I mean, you effectively had tissue burns, so yeah. But Yeah,
I don't care for it.
No. It's not a good time for anybody involved. I mean, you more so than the rest of us, but it's not a good time for anybody. Never look forward to this part.
No, I hate it. I hate it.
Oh, well.
Makes me sad.
We'll get through. There's the other side. Where things are supposed to be better.
It's interesting.
Could happen this time.
And it's not personal conversations with clients, clearly, but, and some have already been through it, and they have their things to share and whatnot, and I listen very attentively, and I can't really respond, which that's fine. But it's interesting, all of the comments that come, and mind you, I have one client who's due any day with a baby, her third child. Okay. One client who's having infertility issues,
Mm-hmm.
and seeking treatments again for that. I have some that are much, older and already been through things, what have you. There's this idea that kind of floats out there, and the discomfort of talking about what that means, right? It means to have a hysterectomy, you're going to lose your ability to ever be able to have children naturally, right? Although you've had a vasectomy forever ago, and we've long since been done having children, and then technically I lost my ability last year to be able to have children with an ablation. There is something a little special about a uterine removal, right? Uterus removal.
Mm-hmm.
I had the meltdown last year. I had the full-on meltdown when we got there, and they took me back to the prep room. I had my meltdown. Part of it was I just didn't want to be in pain. Part of it was that I was giving up my ability to have children. I was going to lose it. Even though it technically doesn't matter. There's something very strange and psychological about that.
Mm-hmm.
And even now, that it kind of floats through my mind every once in a while, but it doesn't stick around very long. And then the kind of hiccup moment with the clients that, where I'm mindful of what I'm saying to them, and then, these are young ladies, and just kind of there, oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's okay. I've had a condition for a while, and, it's just time, and I just leave it there.
It's always, you always have to be careful when you're dealing with people. Well, it's always true. You don't know what other people are dealing with. That's like the problem you're dealing with is somebody else's dream. You always have to be very cautious sometimes, and especially dealing with with individuals that are already people who seek out counseling are in a vulnerable spot about something already.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, they most likely wouldn't be there. And you're trying to make everything work, and I'm trying to get rid of the stuff that's been annoying me for a while, and it's the same thing. Just bookends.
It does feel strange to say it, sure.
Yeah, and
I am mindful of that. But yes, it's
so there are times where you got to use you do have. I mean, even with what I'm doing, it's like in just life and dealing with people. Sometimes you got to remember that people are in a different place than you, and that thing that your nightmare is somebody else's dream more often than not.
Well, as my aunt said years ago when she had her hysterectomy, it didn't make her less of a woman. That is kind of a notion there, the preconceived notion, right? as being able to have children makes you the only way to be a mother. There's these odd, like, generational mindsets, right? That, like, some people never got past, some cultures never got past. But
well, and I think
I'm still a woman.
I think it's kind of almost instinctual. I think it goes far beyond culture. I think it's more actually biological drive. Because
there's been all, my aunt's time.
Oh, yeah.
According to her, I mean, there was all kinds of crazy talk back then. Like, you'd never be able to have sex again. And, like, all kinds of garbage that women believed and talked to each other about.
And
Not true. None of it was true.
A lot of misunderstandings and a lot of stuff like that. But, I mean, as long as there is life, there is hope. Well, as long as everything's there, there's a possibility. Even if you don't want that possibility. I love my girls. And I love babies. And I have no desire to be the father of another one at this point in my life. But there was always the possibility. You always understand that there's always the possibility. There's always that slight chance. And then you remove that slight chance. So that's like there's that little bit in the back of your head that something amazing could come out of this. Because, I'm still a firm believer there's no such thing as a baby that isn't.
Well, you could have had a reversal.
Sure.
Mine is not reversible.
No. But, and I think that's just kind of there's that part of you, deep down that knows as long as everything's there, could happen. And now you're taking away that possibility. And it might not be a possibility that you would even consider wanting at the stage of life that you're in.
No.
But it's that loss of possibility. I mean, and I think that's...
It's grief.
Yeah, it's grief.
I'll name it.
Yeah. And
I think
it's
I
not...
had it more so last year with the ablation than I am right now.
Sure. Because that was like... It was just... effectively just as permanent.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's exactly what it was.
But...
And I was...
And it's like... And, that hits in... more than just this.
I was about 6 months off of nephrectomy and barely recovered from that. And mind you, I'd had the renal cyst surgery prior to even that.
Mm-hmm.
So when the doctor was telling me how painful it was going to be, and he just wanted to be honest with me, right? And then I'm talking to women, I'm reading stuff. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Ablation, uterine ablation, excruciating came up a lot. Like god awful. So not only did I not want to be in pain again, especially that caliber, but yeah, I was effectively going to lose my chance of ever being able to have children naturally.
Yeah.
So it's an odd sensation and a thought that kind of rolls over you. Even in my mid-40s, that bothered me. Now, I think there's a level of sad. Sure. Sad to have to recover from another surgery and be limited and tired and mindful. And sad that it's necessary. At 46, it's necessary.
Yeah.
I've been told that's young. I don't know. In the perspective of things nowadays, I don't know what's young. It's not cancer, praise God.
Yes.
But
the thing is,
it's its own nightmare.
Yeah.
It's been a nightmare.
Yes. And it'll be very... I'm going to downplay my verbiage. It'll be very nice.
Wow. There's a look on his face. Sorry you can't see it.
Yeah. To think that a lot of those issues will be over once you're on the other side of recovery.
The weird thing is, because I don't know how long it's really been an issue, because when you're strength training and working out and doing certain things, you don't think about the fact that you're uncomfortable. And then...
Well, and when discomfort has just been part of the equation for so long, it's like... pinpointing.
You don't think about it.
Yeah.
And then you're told, you're kind of gaslit by doctors. You're told different things that you just talk yourself into believing. Yeah, it goes on for so long. I actually don't know. I can tell you it's been diagnosed for over 2 years. Well, excuse me. The pain has been significantly present for over 2 years. The adenomyosis was only diagnosed last April. So the pain and symptoms have been there longer than the diagnosis.
Yes.
About 2 years, because it was that summer prior that I started having the very significant symptoms and issues that I was told were just me being in pain for so long. Maybe my body's just reacting, and you're under stress because you have a 16-year-old pregnant girl living in your house. Yep, I'm sure that's all true.
Yep.
I'll go along with you now, Doc.
Well, you know what? And I'd be willing to bet, you know what? No, go back 20 years.
Oh, wait. Yes, I guess I am going through these things, and, maybe my body is just over it and it's just going to do something different now.
Yeah. No, in all honesty, no, I would say go back more like 20 years. The
kidney thing was already diagnosed. That was already very real.
And then it's like, but it was 20 years ago, it was a pinprick of an idea of what could be going on. And then it just escalated. And that's when it became obvious something was definitely out of the ordinary. Like, it wasn't,
I've had 2 children.
Mm-hmm.
I've had multiple ultrasounds.
Yep.
Over the years.
And yeah. Yep. And your mom saw the doctor a month before she died of cancer that they didn't diagnose.
Yeah, now hold on. He didn't lay one hand on her. He didn't run 1 ounce of blood work. Okay, he did nothing. He did nothing. He was going on previous history.
Yep.
Just like my doctor.
Exactly.
But
I'm not going to besmirch the medical profession, but they call it practice for a reason.
I actually do talk back.
Yep. It's just, there's so many different aspects of humanity that are just still gigantic question marks.
Yeah.
And, it's, have you ever seen the escalating domino demonstration?
No.
You got a domino that's like the size of a normal domino, and then you got a domino that's like two-thirds bigger, and they just keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger until you've got like a block that's the size of a column at the Colosseum, and you knock over the first one, and the first one is just big enough to knock over the second one, and the second one is just big enough to knock over the third. So you start off with something that's a flea bite, and then you end up blowing up the moon. But it's a direct chain of events. Well, 20 years ago, it was a tiny little thing. But at some point, the growth becomes exponential. So yeah, maybe the exponential growth that really put it on their radar was 2 years ago. Maybe 3. But that first domino, that was probably more like 20 years ago, and it just
I would say 20 years ago.
Yeah, that was small enough to sneak under the radar. And there's so many things like that.
My body does have a history of trying to revolt.
Sure. Yep. Like your dad, like at the tail end, it was like, you know what? All this crap, the heart attack, the stroke, all of that, that was not recent. That was all of the stupid crap I did 40 years ago. As a culmination of the crap I was doing back then up till now. It wasn't just the deep fried ham. That's a story in and of itself.
That is, it's a plain story. He ate deep fried ham.
He got a
couple days. Well, before he ate the ham the majority of the weekend prior to the heart attack that he had on the Monday night. So,
yep,
that really happened.
We're big old deep fryer, for like a turkey fryer. He bought himself a bone-in ham because he was kind of curious how that would turn out, and I will say it was freaking fantastic. However, as was like, yes, it was not the deep fried ham. It was the 30 years, 20, 30, 40 years of all of the crap I did up till then. That was just kind of that push over the edge. Which, yeah, foundational stuff matters. But, anyway. Yeah, so, here we are.
Sorry that we've done, boring ranting. We're, long day, long week. Our daughter had her accident almost 2 weeks ago, and then I got rear-ended Wednesday, which is fine. It was, thank God, low speed, and we were at a stoplight, and he didn't see the ambulance that was right next to us. And he was very gracious and very humble and all the things, and no significant damage at all. And I'm fine, and everything's fine. It was just something else. And then our dog has been better, but that's still been a lot. And I don't know, just one of those kind of in the days of, or hazy days, DAZE. What do I need to deal with and worry about, because I'm getting ready to not be able to function again for a while.
Yeah.
So we ran some errands and did some things, and some extra grocery shopping, and then I realized we don't have frozen veggies anymore. So I laughed out loud. I was like, oh my gosh, I guess I'll go back to the store again.
Well, and we talked about picking up apple cider too.
Oh, so we're going to go out and get that tomorrow? We can.
I guess. I
mean, you know what? I didn't know that was an actual want.
Well, no,
I would have written it down. It was mentioned. And I said it is for sale.
Well, he's like, well, we can pick some up, and we just didn't think about it.
But nobody told me they wanted it. I just said it.
I will honestly say, there is no period of the year where I would not go, yeah, I would absolutely slaughter some apple cider right now. In the summer, it's a great cool drink. It's very refreshing. In the winter, you warm it up, and it's an entirely different experience. And for the holidays, you throw some cinnamon stick in there, and yeah, it's fantastic.
Mm-hmm. Nom, 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 nom.
Hot cider.
Not that I would be having a whole lot of that, but yeah.
Hot cider. Good stuff. Anyway, yeah, it's been... so there's the update, and there's...
Sorry, it's so boring.
I'm not even going to say boring. I don't know. I think there was some good stuff in there. For everybody. There's... Life is going to happen. Sometimes it's good to hear that other people are going through life and making it through. Little things like that sometimes give people the hope they need to get through till tomorrow.
We're here. We're figuring it out.
We're here. We're figuring it out. And if two bozos like us...
speak for yourself, sir.
If a bozo like me and the person that would choose to marry a bozo like me...
You're my sugar daddy.
Can keep figuring it out and moving forward, man. It's like, yeah, maybe we can help you do that too.
We're figuring it out.
Yeah, we're trying.
We're trying.
We're trying. And we're glad, whoever's out there, you're listening, we're really glad that you're on the journey with us.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So, with all of that, I'm Fix It.
I'm Feel It.
We hope you join us in the future.
Until next week.
Y'all have a great one.